Hey guys, it's DukeOnRed1 and welcome to the 1.13.1 Vanilla Conquest update. And do we have a surprise for you today? Monsterfish, aka Santa Fish, has rolled out an incredible update for us. We got a lot of amazing new textures for the vanilla update, and man, I am so looking forward to showing you guys through all of these incredible new textures that are going to be shown today. So first of all, as we can see, Mr. Fish is over here having a great old time. We have some new bookshelf, biome-specific bookshelf textures. There is a biome reference sheet that you can click in the description below, and it will open up and show you all of these great new textures that you can utilize for your builds. Most helpful and creative, but in survival, you are stuck with this texture in whatever biome you are in, so be aware of that. We have a new 3D model for gold. We have, guess what, game boards. We have chess and everything. We'll be seeing that everywhere else, but that is the new Acacia pressure plate right there. Really awesome texture there. We do have double slab textures for everything. It is amazing. All these new things that we have. We also have connected textures for lily pads. Really awesome texture there. Super excited for that. But yeah, man, there is just so much going on here. All thanks to that guy right there. So let's go ahead and head down this chimney here and see what we can find. So here we are in Santa's living room, and soon to go out into the elf town thing. But before that, I want to show you this really cool new feature. For those of you that have been watching my Dukonians Rising series, you've already seen this, but this is actually a really cool new feature. Item frames are now technically invisible, and so they are much better utilized. You can put a spruce pressure plate down over top an item frame with whatever food you want, and it makes it look like a plate of food. Really awesome. So you put the item frame down first, then you put the food on top of the item frame, and then you put the spruce pressure plate down. Really great thing there. This is the new dark oak pressure plate right here. Really awesome for sure. So out here, guys, there is just so much to show. I am absolutely floored. And again, if you guys are aware of the Dukonians Rising series, we now have an official shield representing the Dukonian emblem. And it is named Lords of the Pine. You take any shield and you put it into a anvil, and you rename it into Lords of the Pine, and you will get that texture, and that will be for all the other really neat weapons and textures coming up as well. We do have 3D models for birch buttons, so this is a really awesome new texture there, and it looks like it's turning a doorknob. But there is just so much great things to see. So if you check out this, we got now double slabs of spruce make us this really neat Nordic carved block. Also, if you take a double slab of, what is that? Dark Prismarine slabs, it makes it into white Tudor. There's Fish up there again, having a great old time. But yeah, it really adds just so much more detail blocks and potential into creating things here with the Conquest pack. So another great detail is in the overworld. Endstone will now look like ash, or whatever that texture is right there. And then also Chorus itself will look like it's a tree, so you can put leaves on top of it or whatever. And caution, we might have gone overboard with the lights on this one. And this would look like it's a biome version of the Chorus plant, and it makes it into burnt spruce wood, which is really awesome. Wow, that is just incredible. Now if we head over here, we do also have biome versions of the lily pads for colder regions, and it makes them into ice. So you literally just take a lily pad and any ice biome, and it will make that into the ice texture. Blue ice now has a connected texture. Now also, dark oak trapdoors also have a connected texture. Beforehand, they were not. They were not connected, so each time you placed one, it was individual. It would just look like that, or I'm sorry, like that. And so that is no longer. We also got new oak trapdoors, so that's really awesome. Great texture there. I've been using it a lot already. And then we also got a lot of neat detail blocks. For example, this is double Prismarine slabs. This crate here is double dark oak slabs. Really easy to get. I do regret that that is maybe a little bit harder to find, but if you find a bunch of Prismarine, it won't be too hard to go from there. This is jungle double slabs right there to make firewood. It is biome specific to get the right curve, so like jungle biomes or whatever, I guess, make that. I don't know. You guys will have to figure out that in the biome reference sheet. Some other really neat, cool new things is we now have crystals. These are actually jungle buttons. Believe it or not, they are jungle buttons. And the way to get the different colors is they are, again, biome specific. Again, biome specific reference sheet. Really neat 3D model there. You guys can utilize this in all sorts of ways in your creative builds or even in your survival builds, depending on what color and theme that you're trying to go for. So that is really awesome. Really love these crystals a lot. And we're gonna do a little fly around, just kind of show off the other little textures we have. Again, this is dark prismarine slabs, and if we head up here, there is this texture, which is again dark oak, and you can utilize that. We've already seen that. Let's see, is there any other really neat things to showcase? There is this over here. Now, you do have all of these carved pillar blocks, but they are biome specific. So say whatever biome this is in might look different in another. Again, look at the biome specific reference sheet in the description below. So this is really awesome. We have now spruce buttons. So that has a really neat animation when you press it, and really love these new spruce buttons. I've been using them a lot. Very decorative, very easy to use in your builds. And then you have oak pillars as well with double oak slabs. So there's just all kinds of things, guys. All kinds of things. But now we're going to head into the Elf Helper's Tailor, aka the Armory, because there is some armor in here that the elves have been putting together. I guess this is in the early periods of the Roman Empire when this elven town has been, I don't know, that's just really, anyways. We have a Roman Legionnaire armor now. The armor description is in the, again, the armor reference sheet in the description below. All the custom items and everything is listed below, so you guys will be able to find that. We do have a new root moss cloth armor as well. That's what it looks like there as the item. Another really great thing is now most armors have an extended texture. So if you are wearing an Elektra in survival, you will notice that you look almost naked if you have armor on and then you have your Elektra. No longer. The pants will extend a texture up across your chest and create a chest plate for you, relatively, in terms of making you actually look like you're wearing something. And so, worry no longer. Most armors now have that extended texture so that you will no longer look naked. So that is that. Now, if we head up the stairs here, we do have a few more textures. This here is the bone armor, not to be confused with the skeleton armor. This is a new armor, the bone armor, really awesome, inspired by the Skyrim, I'm sure. Over here we have the Saracen armor. As you can imagine, we have the Crusader armor, so having a Saracen armor in there, really great addition. This is the thief armor. So you can kind of imagine you're a ninja or something. And yeah, man, that's a great armor. I love it to bits. The Birch Trapdoor has seen a slight texture enhancement. I'm not sure if you guys can notice that, but it looks a lot nicer. At least to me it does. I really like the color. It makes it stand out much better than what it did before. So really, really liking how that's coming along. But yeah, Santa's helpers have been hard at work. And, well, not Santa's helper. Santa, Monsterfish, has been hard at work. Looks like he's up there meandering about doing something. Who knows what. So yeah, let's head now into the Elektra research and development. This is a huge part of this update is Elytras. We have so many new Elytras, but this is actually a really cool thing you can do. You can put item frames behind signs and then put an item in it to represent the shop, and then you can put a sign over top of it to represent or to tell what the shop is. So that's a really cool technique you guys can use to make your shops. So before we look at the Elytras, over here we have some examples of the new pressure plates. For example, this is a Acacia pressure plate, and you can get all the different textures. So like you had seen the card game over in Santa's bedroom, but here we have a writing quill thingy and then a chessboard. So biome specific, really awesome. And let's see if these work. Alright, looks like they are working as anticipated. Elytras need to be able to withstand the tests of flight, and they would seem to be doing quite well. But over here we have a lot of great new textures to show off. Looks like we have like a little buggy one, or like a Leonardo da Vinci style one. A lot of capes, a lot of different colors to represent whatever color that you want for your character. We got some great little things down here. Not even sure what all that is. Not even sure. See, I'm supposed to guess what these are. This is like, I know this is like icicle, like to make you look like an ice queen or whatever. This is Conquest Man, aka Batman. Really like that. Got the Conquest symbol there on the back of that cape. Come down here, you got a really neat, kind of like, I guess that's from StarCraft, you know, like those little wing things on that really evil looking woman. Some really experimental looking things. You got like a bat wing looking thing there. And yeah, just really awesome new Elytra textures. Again, if you guys want to see these textures, they are all on the custom Elytra sheet that is, again, listed in the description below. So make sure you go check out all these great things listed in the description. If you do not, you will miss out on a lot of great things. There is also now what is called Xanthium. Santa has been in need of more advanced weapons on his adventures as he's been warring against the evils of the Grinch, and well, he needs to have the weapons he needs to fight off the Grinch. And so these new Xanthium weapons will surely do the deed. You got a Xanthium bow, you got a Xanthium sword, dagger, spear, and looks like another warblade sword thing. So really awesome. So Conquest is headed into the future for sure. So that is really cool. Loving it all to bits. Really liking all these updates. Another thing is the Okk fence pieces, fence gates now have a new 3D model, making it that it has those little legs there. Also a great table design for sure. Love that to bits. So that is that. There's also a Xanthium Elytra, but you guys don't see that here. It's not listed, but there is a Xanthium Elytra. Really cool looking Elytra for sure. But yeah, coming out here, it looks like Fish is having a chat with one of his elves. Possibly the elf has maybe disobeyed an order or something, and maybe in a little bit of trouble, I would guess. Let's just keep going. But yeah, ooh, wow. Looks like the elves have tracked in a little bit of mud here. Bad elves. Man, I think this is actually what Santa's talking to that, what he's talking to him for is, they need to clean up after themselves. But yes, we now have Soul Sand overworld texture. So we have mud and ants again in the biome reference sheet to figure out what those biomes are, but this is going to add so much more immersion. You can use this mud for your paths, for in fields, for wet areas, maybe even for manure piles. Who knows? So many possibilities to be able to use that for. All stripped logs now have adjusted textures so that you have randomized, neat little, like, those little nobule things where it looks like branches came out of. But anyways, that's all over the place, so you guys will notice that. Also, we now have wheels. Check that out. Now, this is the Okk Trapdoor, and it's only available in the end biome. So if you guys were hoping to find this in an overworld biome, I am sorry for you survival players, you will not be using this. But for creative builders that use vanilla, wheels are now a thing. The underside of end portal blocks are now fixed, so now they don't look as derpy as they once did. Now you guys do realize that command blocks are able to be adjusted through their function. So all you have to do is grab a command block, you go ahead and cycle through the different functions that are available, and it will change the texture, but that's an old feature that has been a thing for a long time, but thought I would point that out again. This here is the new double slab texture for nether brick. And we do have new biome, well, not biome specific, but we do have new obsidian. I love this texture to death. This is so much better than the original, the old texture for sure. It's a much more, has more features to it, so I love that to bits. This here is the in biome version of the basalt, or well, the inside of the obsidian, and it looks like basalt. So if you guys want to use that for your creative builds, go for it. There is a new Birch Pressure Pad as well, so that's a really neat new feature. Also, check this button out. This is the Dark Oak button for those steampunk builders out there. You guys can have this really great new button for like command mode things. I don't know, like, yeah, console things. Over here, we have a smooth red sandstone and smooth sandstone block. These are naturals, and they are not yet accessible in the game. You guys will be able to bake sandstone later, though, in 1.14 to be able to get those. This over here is the double slab texture of stone brick, and it allows you to have keystone cobble. Really great texture there. Right here we have double slab version of sandstone, and we do have also double slab versions of red sandstone to get that little bit of moss in there. Again, with the stripped logs allowing for all that randomized texture. Here we have updated item textures for the sandstone. They were switched before, but now they are fixed. Over here, we have updated models for the repeaters. It now is more fluent and works better, apparently, or the candles work. Something about that. Now going up here, we have some really neat things. We actually have now a biome-specific emerald block. This here is an emerald block, and in mountain biomes and other such biomes, again, biome reference sheet, you now can have the wine bottles. Unfortunately, for certain people that are building wineries in grasslands or plain biomes, I'm sorry, you will not be able to use this, but it is a really neat texture. In fact, we might be able to tweak Monsterfish to make it in plains biomes, so I might ask nicely. I'm speaking about someone very specifically, but yeah, really like that texture. It looks absolutely amazing. We do also have biome-specific versions of glass now, so no longer just that normal glass. We now have fancy glass, dragon glass, and we have actually no, that's just iron bars. So yeah, we have fancy glass and dragon glass, so really awesome updates there. But now heading out of the maintenance shop, I'm sure the elves have been hard at work in there in creating some well, fixing things, but oh yeah, by the way, stone buttons, check that out, guys. Love it. Now we're going to head into the present making / storage area, where Santa has been putting, oh, look at all these elves in here. But yeah, so Santa has been upgrading his efficiency of his facility. Apparently his elves have been slacking. And so he has been updating his facility into being able to produce the amount of gifts and presents necessary across the world for him to deliver. And so here we see the, whatever it's called, the Quest Maker 9000. Really great looking machine, I must say. But yeah, we'll go in here really quick. I'm trying to see if there's anything. No, there's nothing new there. We do have an in biome version of the stone button. And if you push it, well, it's supposed to make weird light things. But anyways, it is a very neat texture for a futuristic build. I'm sure you guys will be able to utilize that for sure. Really like that a lot. Again, this is a command block texture right there. And then heading up here, up above, well, what is this? Oh, that's another elf. Coming up here, we now have biome specific rails so that you can have really neat wooden detector rails. These are the detector rails. But the really cool thing that you can use this for is for battering rams and for the roofs of maybe chicken coops or things. And I think this is available in forest biomes and such. So really awesome texture there. Love it to bits. And here we got some resources that they throw into the machine in order to make it work. So all these crystals and gold and things. So that is how that works. Now, coming out of the machine, we got some great textures here. We have the root longbow. Really beautiful texture there, built for a very specific somebody. And we have the Crusader Shield. And also there is a Crusader sword somewhere. But I guess we haven't showcased that. But yeah, we do have a Crusader Shield now. So now I am ready to go. I love this thing to bits. But yeah, so happy that I now have a shield. Let me get that out of my inventory. And then over here we have a Zen Theum Shield. Goes very well with the other Zen Theum weapons. There is Zen Theum Armor as well that has not been displayed. Monsterfish, you need to get on your game. But yeah, I think that's it for in here. Future Ducon here with a quick intermission. We do not have Zen Theum Armor yet. It is not a thing yet, but it is coming hopefully soon. Another thing is we have this great new bow. It is actually a staff, a wizard staff that is really awesome. And it is only accessible in survival by the flame enchant. So you cannot get this unless if you already have the flame enchant on the bow. Also, a Crusader sword. Check that out. But now heading into the present storage. Now obviously Santa needs a lot of space in order to store all of the many presents that he has to bring across the world. But yeah, we got, again, those really neat wheel textures. Also, another really neat thing to consider is we now have these really great jungle button textures. So if you put it on the side and whatever, it has this really neat like rope texture. You can like make it look like things are hanging or whatever. So really like that. Really great texture for sure. So now this is Santa's hangar in here. Looks like his reindeer are taking a nap. Maybe they're getting taken care of, eating some hay or whatever. But yeah, the reindeer are getting ready to take Santa down, or not down, up into the sky and across the world as he is going to deliver his presents. And here we go, Santa's sleigh. Again, we have these great new rail/rope textures. Really awesome stuff going on here. Love it to bits. Gotta get a good look at Santa's sleigh. But yeah, love it. Now we're going to head outside, and I think that is about it, guys. And I hope you guys enjoy this little setup here, making Santa's town. There we got the grand clock as the time till Christmas is counting down, and the elves are working hard. Well, I guess not. They're all just kind of sleeping now because they now have the Present Maker 9000 to do all their work for them. But yeah, I really like everything that's going on here. Conquest is making leaps and bounds, taking leaps and bounds into the future as Monsterfish is working hard in creating all these great new textures for us to enjoy in Vanilla and in Conquest Reforged, as it is going to be adopting these textures in future updates. But in any case, if you guys want to give back to Monsterfish because while he's given us all of this, I think it's only right that we give back to him a little Christmas present. So if you guys are feeling generous this year and you want to share the love, then I would suggest going and visiting either Monsterfish's Patreon link down listed in the description below, or his PayPal link, whichever works. Like, I think over on Twitch you can give him direct deposits. But if you guys want to give him some money to show your love and your appreciation for all of this work, then go down in the description below and show this man your love. He will very much appreciate it, as he does make a living off of his commission work and his, well, this. So if you guys are thinking about that, I hope you do so. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you liked it, don't forget to hit that like button, comment below, and subscribe for more, because there is so much more coming up in the future as Conquest makes more updates and more things coming your way. So, yeah, that's about it. Have a great day. Have a great night. I will see you on the next video. Till then, bye-bye.